Hey everyone, welcome back to the finale of PixelJunk Monsters 2. It's been a long time since we've actually been in this game, quite a few months. But as I mentioned, I said I would do a mask and shield showcase. And as you see here, congratulations, you've acquired all the masks and shells hidden in the weekly stage. So, let's go ahead and actually take a look at everything that we have here. This is December 22nd, 2020. I just completed all of this. Incredible. Incredible, isn't it? Anyway, go ahead and take a look. We have all of this, the masks here. Then we have all of the shells as well. So let's go ahead and start up at the very top. The Legacy Shell. A priceless gift carved by fathers and painted by mothers of the Tiki tribe for their chibis. Simple, yet comfortable, this mask is worn daily by most of the Tiki tribe members. This is the basic one that you start off with. Nothing really too special about it, it's just the absolute basic shell that you get. Okay. Next one, Superstar, a top-notch mask made out of the best wood for tikis and of high stature. Tiki tribe's craftsmen take a full year to carve and decorate this masterpiece with jewels. This one is on sale because of some dents here and there. Lamentation, mask worn by family members to mourn their dead. It represents the ferryman who leads the souls to the underworld. The Tiki tradition requires this mask to be burned after wearing it for a full year. Well, we have not been wearing this one a full year, but we remember to burn that after if we have. Primal. Infinite lines run over this mask. It is based on a similar artifact discovered among ruins on this island. No one knows what they mean. Starman. This mask is based on records of an alien that is said to have appeared before the Tiki tribe a very long time ago. Tikis who encountered him were so inspired by his boat of light that they made the first tools in Tiki tribe's history, or so the legend says. So we're getting some interesting lore here. It really is interesting to read some of the lore because we don't really know much of the lore in this game. It's quite a mystery actually. Headstrong, the mask of proud merchants who acquire fame and wealth by trusting their instincts. This mask takes time to make because of the stiffness of its wood. It is popular among elder Tikis. Rainmaker, to stop a drought, Tikis perform a prayer to the rain while wearing this mask. Its motifs represent the flow of water and convey a feeling of coolness just by looking at it. The Boss. This mask provides its bearer with an aura that inspires leaders to overcome the greatest dangers. Its fierce eyes look as if it could see into the future. With this, no matter how chicken you are, no one will notice. Sniffer. Oh gosh. The small nose at the center of the mask gives its bearer a heightened sense of smell. That's right, Tiki men. Oh gosh, you Tiki men stink. It helps distinguish more scents. But the trade-off is having to smell more bad odors like these Tiki men. Oh gosh. Tikis sometimes put it on their pets. Okay, now we're moving into a different type of mask here. Speak No Evil mask. The mouth is designed from a single straight stroke. This mask is said to embody the old saying, never speak misleading words. Originally there were 3 other masks made with other old sayings in mind, but this is the only one left. I really like the look of these masks too, they're interesting looking. Medic mask. This is the mask of the famous healer who cured the terrible Mai virus, which made Tikis dance as if they were possessed by the devil for 3 days and 3 nights. The bone motif embedded into its forehead should help ward off bad spirits. High vision. A strange mask passed down from generation to generation in the Tiki tribe. It was created to help its bearer see the true nature of things. It seems to have recently earned some popularity among youngsters because the drawings on its eyes are cute. Not really. Elder's Glory. This mask represents the glorious first Tiki man who landed on the shore of what is now Tiki Island. It's usually used as a decorative ornament in Tiki houses, and its strong expression scares chibis. Ballet Mask. Modeled after the Tiki's most ancient female dancer. We don't really see females, but interesting. It bears a very typical horizontal face, low nose, narrow forehead, and painted makeup. It is used to represent ugly creatures in plays. I guess the woman was ugly? I don't know. Scarface. The mark on this mask represents the tattoo that is imprinted on Tikis who committed bad actions. Put this mask on to feel the rebel inside you. Yes, Tikis, you shall bow down to us. The Brainy. With this mask on, even the simplest minded Tiki would appear smart to his peers. Appear being the keyword. Nobody knows why, but scholars of the Tiki tribe believe it has something to do with the motifs around its eyes. Mask Man. This is a replica of the mask of the great hero, Mask Man, who was hugely popular among chibis. A new manufacturing method helped reproduce its cricket motifs with great accuracy. A must-have. And you remember now, all of these were pretty much paid, like you have to pay in gold. I guess you just pick up coins. You pick up coins, and that is where we get them. Let me see if there's a better way to actually. No, I don't think there's any spot better to actually stay. Because all those Tiki men, they're just kind of stinky. Yeah, they are still going to be there, nice and stinky. Anyway, here are the gold ones. This was DLC that was released. It was free DLC for the first 2 weeks or something of the game being released, and it said after that it was no longer going to be available, but it came with 4 masks and 4 shields, but they actually were available. I mean, I downloaded them, months after the game, actually years after the game was actually released, so I actually managed to just get them all because they were not discontinued in the game, so I'm really happy about that. I can show these because these are some of the coolest. These are some of my favorite masks. False God. This mask was thought to be used by an ancient civilization. When discovered, the world was amazed by what was described as a discovery of the century, until it turned out to be a fake made by greedy archaeologists. Its historical value is now close to 0. Oh, this is like my favorite one though. It looks really good. The Clown. A stylized effigy of the culprit behind the Elder's home explosion incident. Whew. This foolish, square, gold mask has since been used by those who fight against figures in power, as it hides their identity, while they deliver manifestos. Butterfly, this one's also pretty cool. People of high society would use this mask to attend parties without having to be questioned about their rank or affiliation. A noble who lost his title and wealth sold it out of necessity. The gold lacquer gives off an atmosphere of greed. The Golden. A replica of the mask worn by a mysterious street legend. The one behind this eerie, grinning gold mask was notorious for stealing fruits from the village's storehouse without a trace. His real face was never revealed. So now we're getting into the ones that are... Actually, no. These sets right here are from the DLC as well. I believe this is from the Encore Peak DLC, and this is from the Danganronpa DLC. Okay, so tons and tons of customizability here. Pure Beauty. This mask represents a dazzling beauty who manipulated even the purest men of the tribes. She did whatever she wanted with them and shackled the entire Tiki society. Any Tiki man who sees this mask will fall in love with its bearer. Quite annoying for female Tikis. Kuroko. This mask is worn by actors who speak to other characters from outside the scene. The rule is that the public is not supposed to see him. This makes it a popular mask among discreet Tikis. Lucky Tail. This mask motif is based on a special fish of Tiki Island shores. By the way, this fish stinks and tastes like rubber. Yuck. Disgusting. They wear this mask when praying to the sea for prosperity, as they believe deep below exists another world, the origins of all life. Offspring. This mask represents a chibi. For some reasons, wearing it removes stressful thoughts and makes people around its bearer gentler. On the other hand, if someone too old wears it, the result is quite opposite. Okay, so now we're getting into the Danganronpa DLC. Monokuma. The Mask of Monokuma, a living bear doll who calls himself the headmaster of the Ultimate Academy for Gifted... What's that? Juveniles? I can't quite tell if that's a J or an I. Its white half displays a quite unusual, simple and cute expression, while its other half looks evil. Laughing Monokuma, a mask of the headmaster of the Ultimate School for Gifted Juveniles. The living bear doll, Monokuma, bursting in laughter. Its white half displays a unique, simple, and cute expression, but its other half looks evil. Monomi, the Mask of Monomi, or Monomi, I guess is probably the better term. A living rabbit doll. She is a relentless hard worker who never gives up no matter how often she's bullied. Usually for nothing though. No wonder she gets bullied by Monokuma. Monotaro. The Mask of Monotaro, leader of the Monokuma's children. The Monocubs. They all get easily distracted, so they do need somebody to keep them focused. Monotaro himself is also quite scatterbrained though. What's that? Monfanine? The Mask of Monofani. I do not know how to pronounce his name. I have never played Danganronpa before. One of Monokuma's children, the Monocubs. She dislikes gore and violence and is the kindest Monocub. When other members squabble with each other, she tries to smooth things over but always ends up taking part in the fight. Mono Kid. This kid has mono. The Mask of Mono Kid, one of the Monocubs. Short-tempered and foul-mouthed, he is a real troublemaker who never listens and often sprouts incoherent nonsense. If something goes off track, it's usually because of him. Monosuke. The Mask of Monosuke, one of Monokuma's children, the Monocubs. He is the most rational member of the group and often falls into the straight-laced role. He has no patience at all for Monokid's foul language. And then Monodam. The Mask of Monodam, one of Monokuma's children, the Monocubs. His heart has hardened from all the years of bullying he has endured, which is why he barely speaks to his siblings. Okay, so now the rest of these, and there are quite a lot, I think it's like 32. Okay, it's 28 actually. Or 24, I kind of lost count. Whatever the case is, this is all from the daily challenges. So every time you complete a daily challenge, you will get a mask or a shield. Daily challenges, actually I'm sorry, not daily challenges, weekly challenges, okay? These are weekly challenges that are done, and this goes to show how many weeks I was doing this. Okay, there are 24, and there's also equivalent amount of shields as well. So we're talking about 48 additional masks and shields here. Absolutely insane. And that's pretty much like a whole year. A whole year. Whew. Anyway, the Mask of Joy. As you can see, some of these are new, so yeah, we actually get to check out some new ones. Mask of Joy. Since the Tiki range of expression is limited, they wear this mask when trying to express their emotions. The two lines painted on the forehead and the circles around the eyes signify joy. Wearing this mask tends to lighten the mood. I'm not even going to try to pronounce that. This mask depicts the visage of someone attempting to satisfy insatiable desires. It was originally designed to serve as a form of admonition for those unable to suppress selfish desires, but some make a point of donning it and then letting loose. Also known as Squidward. Stingray. This mask is based on a creature sometimes caught in the fisherman's nest. It has a flat body and a long tail, though its awful stench makes it largely unfit for eating. That doesn't stop the people of Cocoa Valley, who actually seem to like the smell. Mask of Pleasure. Since the Tiki range of expression is limited, they wear this mask in trying to express their emotions. The chevrons painted above and below the eyes signify amusement. Wearing this mask while depressed can sometimes make you feel worse. Rooster Mask. This mask represents an animal with a distinctive coxcomb. What's that? Coxcomb and wattles. It's these words. I'm having a hard time with some of these words. It's I'm not even going to try it. Cry. Inspires the artist with its mystique, resulting in this ceremonial mask. Let's see. Imitation of its call varies regionally around the island. Oh. And its dung stinks. Peacock Butterfly. This mask is based on butterflies the artist collected as a child. They were so rare that a friend stole them. The patterns of those bygone butterflies inspired the mask design. Mask of Wisdom. This mask represents the creator of the cosmos and its sacred wisdom. The Tiki regard this entity as the source of all the gods of their tradition and believe that it sometimes delivers divine revelations. Hypnotist Mask. We got some interesting masks here. Hypnotists wore this mask during a hypnosis boom that swept the island some years ago. Fearing its massive popularity, the chief prohibited hypnosis, but rogue practitioners still exist under different guises. Capturing one is worth a reward of 120 coins. Mask of Wrath. Since the Tiki range, okay. The vermilion lines and pink dots signify anger. This captures the most negative emotion found among the Tikis. Azure Beast. This mask represents a beast that appears in ancient Tiki folklore. The Tiki sing of its Azure Beast descending from the heavens and cleansing the tainted land below. A priestess wears this mask while performing a ritual dance honoring the beast once a year. Yin Mask. Sunlight and shadow form a contrary yet complementary duality, and this mask represents the shadowy aspect. Such dualities are thought to drive all creation and annihilation. For curtain rituals, priestesses dance in pairs, one wearing the Yin mask and one wearing the Yang mask. Well, we don't have the Yang mask. I don't think that there is one. Let's see, let's take a quick look. Oh yeah, there actually is, all the way down at the bottom. Great. Mask of Sorrow. Okay, you skip that part. The green eyelids and blue mouth signify sorrow. Wearing this mask while feeling down is guaranteed to dampen the mood of those around you. Oh gosh, look how sad we look. We do look pretty sad, don't we? Lion head. This one is interesting. Look at that. Tiki performers traditionally wear this mask while dancing to a merry tune. It's said that this tribe came to venerate the lion after one began preying on monsters instead of people because the latter had grown scarce. Pharaoh mask. This mask represents the face shown by Korean Tiki warriors. They fight as savagely as beasts, though it takes a considerable toll on the body. It's said they suffer terrible pain for 3 days and nights afterwards. Star mask, also a pretty cool one. This mask was worn by Valiant who fought off invaders long ago. The blue symbol in its center depicts a star. Some gain great riches from battle, and those who wear the mask today tend to belong to the affluent classes. Tom Tom. Also a pretty interesting one. I need some water here. This is a lot of reading. The artisan who made this mask drew inspiration from a flower that resembles a drum. Tapping out a staccato beat on the mask emits a bizarre sound wave that allegedly halves the motivation of anyone who hears it. Wow, okay. We don't want to wear that if you don't want, long nose, also known as Squidward. This mask represents... I'm not going to read that like that. This mask represents an animal brought from the mainland by migrants, with a distinctive long nose and big ears. Although popular, it was eventually driven off because feeding it costs so much. It's rumored to still dwell somewhere on the island. Mask of Mediocrity. Long ago, a musician, despairing in his abilities, wore this mask to conceal the constant disappointment on his face. The mask design reveals a mix of jealousy, anger, and gloom. It was based on his father's face. Martial mask. This mask was worn by elite warriors mobilized by the chief to subdue Cocoa Valley. Their main role was to arrest anyone who opposed the chief. This radicalism came to be seen as dangerous, and they were ultimately disbanded. The Mask of Truth, honestly, pretty cool as well. This mask was worn by a sorcerer from the mainland who once visited the island. Its pattern is said to symbolize all of creation, but the islanders who saw it never understood this. Something about it evokes gratitude. I think it's a pretty cool looking mask. I really like the look of it. Mask of Shadows, also known as Squidward. This mask portrays a beast whose appearance is said to bode evil. With feline features and a quiet, somber air, it is enigmatic and eerie. There's a custom in this twinkling snowfield to wear this mask as a talisman against evil. Yang mask. This one's also... I really like the colors of some of these. Sunlight and shadows form a contrary yet complementary duality, and this mask represents the sunny aspect. Such dualities are thought to drive all creation and annihilation. For certain rituals, priestesses dance in pairs, one wearing the yin mask and one wearing the yang mask. We know about that. Viral mask. Looks kind of like a... I was about to say like a chocolatey mask, but it's like more purple. This mask represents the demon that spreads colds through the island at the turning of the seasons. Ah, it's a viral infection. Those infected get itchy eyes and swollen noses. An island medic created this mask to encourage regular washing of hands and gargling to stave off infection. I think that's just general good advice anyway. Snow Demon. This mask was made in the likeness of a demon from Tiki mythology. The white lines around its mouth depict its snowy beard. According to archaeologists, the demon supposedly originates from stories of the blizzards that howl through the twinkling snowfields. Okay, so that's actually all of the masks. Personal favorites, I really like the looks of the Squidward one. Really like the Mask of Truth. Tom Tom's also pretty cool, as well as Lionhead. Not. The Hypnotist Mask is pretty cool as well. All of these are just unique. I really like all of those, especially this one, the standard one. All the gold ones are also cool. This one, Speak No Evil, just a plain mask. I like that one. And of course, who can go wrong with the basic? You know, the basic mask. Anyway, now it's time to go on to the shields. Okay, so we're halfway done. But this is what you want to see. Here we go. I don't think anyone else has done a complete showcase of all this, so here we go. I'm the first one. The Heritage Shield. A dusty shell found inside a storeroom. It was used by Tiki Man's ancestors, but when worn, it feels as if it had been tailored for him. It smells a bit greasy, but let's not be picky. This is the basic outfit that he has, just basic. Scale Charm. The name Scale Shell is derived from how its repeated shard motif looks like scales. The 18 shards represented in this fashion are said to bring luck to its user. Or not, whoever knows. Who knows? Dragonfall. The favorite shield of the 5th Tiki tribe leader. It is said a dragonfly fell right at the center of the shield just by looking at its spiral motif, which later gave it its name. This is a replica. Rain Shield. Southern Tikis are often seen wearing this shield. Its motif has magical properties and can cast away bad spirits. Legend says it was originally used as a pot lid. Oh, that's cool. Second Face. The face of the Tiki Men has been carved into the shield. Its prime purpose is to confuse incoming wild beasts. Recently, orders with popular characters carved in them are growing in popularity. Nutshell. This is the first shell every Tiki is given by their elders. It is filled with their hopes to see the young who wear them break out of their shells. Its onion shape, which I see is really cool, has been designed to shield its user from arrows and swords, deal great damage to enemies. Trendy Shell. A shell designed for outdoor activities. Its 3-rope motif is now a famous trademark, taking root from an old Tiki sport based on trees and ropes. This new model is popular because of its lightweight alloy. Harmony. This shield's motif shows the precarious balance between two conflicting forces such as light and darkness, through perfect symmetry between each curve. The problem is almost no Tiki knows this. That's the thing, you have to have perfect balance, you know, in the world. No such thing as all good, no such thing as all bad. There's a right balance. Mask Man Shell. This is a replica of a shield every Chibi's hero, Mask Man. The shield, and I always want to call it a shell. What is a shell, but it calls it a shield as well. So this says shell, but then it calls it a shield. I don't know. This shielded mask pairing is an outfit made for adult Tikis. The complete outfit is known as Type A by fans because it uses the orange of the original hero. Night Shield. A great shield used during military maneuvers by knights of an ancient Tiki secret order. Paired with a spear, those knights protect each other's flanks with shields during battle. Although powerful, this tactic lacked mobility. Whirlpool. This is actually a floating device that helps Tikis learn how to swim. It keeps users afloat somewhat, but will not prevent from drowning. Wearing this can also be quite embarrassing because it reveals that you can't swim. Earth Tooth. A shield used by northern tribes. It protects against arrows and blades, but it can also be used to block wind if planted into the ground. Plant more to build a defense wall, but if you do, you won't be able to get your shield back. Pure Soul. A mark of burning passion is engraved on this shield. It's a universal symbol of love, but if you stare at it long enough, it may make your heart quiver. By the way, its first owner was single their whole life. The Pointy Rack. Well, We all love a nice pointy rack, don't we? Nice pointy rack. A board used to punish bad tikis for their misdeeds on the island. They are forced to sit on it with a big rock on their head. Oh gosh. Ooh. Its weight causes the stakes to penetrate the skin, dealing minor pain. You won't be able to stand up after sitting on this. Devil's Shell. This shell is said to have been used by the great devils who terrorized Tiki Island a very long time ago. Its green tint and the 5 stakes are proof. For some time, it has been a popular design among young males. Big Squeezer. A tool used to press giant fruits harvested on Tiki Island. Apply it on the fruits while roasting it to extract its juice. Massage Plate. A massage tool very popular among elders. Lie down on this plate with your back against it and enjoy the stimulation coming from the cones. As it's also used to punish disobedient chibis, this tool is feared by many. So, you would think that this would do increased damage to like enemies. I don't think that it does. I think all this stuff is just aesthetic. So that's all the basic stuff. Now for the DLC. As I mentioned, this is the gold DLC, the initial DLC that was no longer available, but still is. This is the actually there is no shields for the whatever it's called, the Encore Peak. I'm sorry. This is the Encore Peak DLC, I believe. These 4, possibly these as well. I'm not entirely sure. I think it's just these 4. And then there's no Danganronpa DLC shields because they got an extra line of masks. So, Mirror of the Sun. A gaudy shell infused with an abundance of gold, only for the sake of flaunting its bearer's knighthood. From an outlooker's perspective, its gorgeous design is nothing more than proof of an utmost lack of taste. Golden Carapace. This quirky carapace looks bad, but is surprisingly solid. When it was a popular craft item, the gold turtles carrying them were excessively hunted. Their numbers depleted so much that they are now an endangered species. This is all hearsay though. Fake Hero's Shell. So even though these are all gold, all of this stuff tends to be pretty bad. This folk art shell is sold in villages once visited by the hero of the Tiki tribe. For some reason, it's popular among boys and is often brought as a souvenir that just ends up taking up space. The real hero shell is hidden in a lost maze, but that's another story. The Curse. This golden shell was found in the tomb of an ancient king. The people who discovered it all died from mysterious circumstances, which led many to believe it is cursed. However, the curse has been debunked. I like that. Beast Blocker. This plate is used to camouflage against the wild beasts infesting the surrounding Tiki villages. Its vermilion jagged pattern can't be detected by them, which is why it protects its user so well. But be wary not to let your guard down. Snowboard. This useful plate to carrying things on snowy grounds. Its surface is coated with a special oil to make it slippery. Some have recently proposed to use it to slide down slopes, but its size makes it hard to control. Butterfly. A butterfly is painted on this shield, often gifted by parents to their daughters. It symbolizes how parents nurture their chibi's growth. These days, even male chibis are seen wearing this shield. That's a pretty nice shield. Forest Shield. A leaf motif is carved into the shield. Originally, it was a sign of healing that restored fatigue. This is a remark of an old version that was thrown out. It's popular among youngsters, as well as nostalgic outers who long for the original. Keladron Shield. This shield was highly prized by intellectuals on the mainland, where pottery flourished. The deeper the green, the higher its value. Some even fought wars over the most renowned specimens. Yet to the Tikis, they were nothing more than fragile shells. Fiend's left fist. This is the left fist of an automation built by an island inventor. Wait a second. Automaton. Yeah, automaton. I'm just not going to try to correct myself. It's just so many words that I just kind of mess up here. It was supposed to have a spring-loaded launcher like the right fist, but the idea was abandoned due to the insufficient funds. The other left fists already made have been collected as scrap metal. So this is Fiend's left fist. I wonder if there's a Fiend's right fist. I don't know. It says it's scrap metal, but... Maelstrom. This shell is a swimming float improved to be lighter and more buoyant. The design remains largely unchanged, however, making it obvious that those who wear it can't swim. Oh, another one you can't swim? This one's also pretty cool. Look at this one. Composite armor. Tiki artisan designed this composite armor with a multi-layered structure that minimizes physical damage suffered. Its weight is a serious drawback, however, severely impairing agility. Mutant shell. This is a mutated snail shell, specifically modified. Snails are known to dwell downstream from the workshop for masts and shells, but its craftsmen deny any connection to the mutation. The cause is still under investigation. Bullseye shell. Just grab some water here. So much reading. Chibis use this shell for target practice. They throw burrs at it, and the closer to the center they hit, the higher the score. A downside is wearing this shell is that you tend to become the Chibi's target. Sunshade shell. You can of course wear this shell, but you can also stick a pole into the back and hoist it overhead to shield yourself from the sun. There's an umbrella. It's a common fixture in Cocoa Valley and especially popular among women in the battle against UV rays. Surveyor shell. This shell is worn by surveyors specializing in determining farm field boundaries. The accuracy of the calculation was problematic, varying with bribes received. The shell is embedded with seashell fragments that form a pattern from combinations of simple shapes. Proof of purity. This shell was used by a people who once dwelled in the twinkling snowfields. It features the leaves of a disinfectant plant that grows even in winter. That people is now gone, and their techniques lost, so this is a rare and precious item. Ivy shell. Oh, that's pretty cool. This shell is embedded with stones that form a vibrant ivy pattern. Their brilliance supposedly has a pacifying effect, so it's a popular gift for men to their wives. Antique shell. Oh my gosh, I think this is my favorite one. This dazzling colorful shell was once worn by stalwart warriors who is now popular with women. Oh wow, women actually wear it, good. It's become a classic gift that can put quite the sneeze on their boyfriend's wallets. A squeeze on their boyfriend's wallets, oh gosh. Oh, here we go, Fiend's right fist. This is the right fist of an automaton built by an island inventor. Its spring-loaded launcher can fire it with enough power to pulverize a curry from afar. It's often fired onto the distant and lost, and this one was likewise found fallen to the ground somewhere, on the ground somewhere. Oh, this one's pretty cool too. Sea blossom. A sea anemone inspired a fisherman to make this shell. He offered it for sale around his village, but it didn't sell at all due to the electric hues. It has since become highly acclaimed and now sells for exorbitant prices. Carstale Handicraft. The last surviving member of a mountain tribe dwelling in the Carstale Highlands crafted this traditional artifact from wood of different hues. With their artisans aging and apprentices scarce, it's feared that their craft will soon be lost. Shell of Truth. The face carved on the center of the shell represents the god of the hearth. It's said that he who wears it with a false heart shall bring misfortune down upon himself. Tiki youngsters sometimes don it as a test of courage. Yanberry emblem. Mango is a popular sport on the island, and this is the emblem of one of its clubs. The 6 distinct stripes mark it as an emblem of Yanberry Carstale, a team strong in mobility and cohesive play. Heaven and Earth. The symmetric pattern adorning the top and bottom of the shell is said to represent heaven and earth. Wise women once passed down the story behind their name, but this oral tradition and its teachings are now lost. Tidal shell. The shell's pattern represents happiness coming wave after wave as carelessly as the sea. Painting the traditional shell with brighter colors has won it a new following. It's now so popular with young women that its creator has built a storehouse to hold extra shock. Spiderweb shell. That one's really interesting. A spiderweb. Gotta get another drink here. Okay. A boy received this shell from a strange old woman he met while lost in Paklu Forest. It's adorned with a spiderweb and seems to be coated with a sticky varnish. The boy rose to become chief of the tribe, but was ultimately betrayed by his subordinates and killed. Oh, that's sad. Toxic shell. This shell, discolored from illness, belongs to an animal that is now extinct due to river pollution, including pigments used by the Tiki tribe for masks and shells. Phew. So they killed this animal. Interesting. Activists wear it as a reminder to ensure the mistake is never repeated. Melon shell. The shell was once worn by melon sellers. It resembles a cross-section view of a melon designed to serve as a sign advertising their wares. The island's melons, juicy and sweet, were once a summer staple, but aren't terribly popular among chibis these days. Bone shield. This shield is worn by a clan of grave keepers. The dead sometimes return due to lingering regrets, and in tradition to more standard duties, the clan sends these restless souls back to the other world. The shield's bone motif is said to ward off evil. Garden shell. This shell is a painstaking carved 3D representation of the garden's cave mountains. Really? It was originally used to document the terrain, but has since caught on as an accessory among typography enthusiasts. Looks like the final one here, the herbalist shell. Herbalists who roam the island selling medicines wear this shell. Its design represents those herbs. They reputedly cure the locals' wounds and ailments, but in truth, most of their herbs are mere ineffective weeds. Good luck with that. Okay, hands down, favorite shell right here. Hands down, favorite shell. Favorite mask? Let's go ahead and put on the favorite mask. What is the best mask? That kind of goes a little bit. Yeah, I think this is our luck. Mask and shells. Let's try to get a close-up of our home here. Nope, I did not want to do that. Okay. Okay, that's how you do it. That's how you go into the camera mode. That'll probably be the screenshot or something. The thumbnail. For the final part. So, that is pretty much it here. The only other thing to really show off, I have a rainbow on absolutely every single stage. And when you get rainbows in each world, they give you this little thing here, as you can see, a little, I don't know what you call it, like a little emblem that appears. So for the first set of stages, it's like a flower. Let's go to the next stage here. Firstdale Highlands. This one is a cactus. Beautiful, beautiful cactus. Also, there is nothing here. I think it might only be on the Switch version, but let me show you real quick. I did mention that if you look behind here, there's actually an image of one of the creators of the game, and he kind of says like, hey, I have an image actually. Here's the image that I found here, and you can kind of see him right there, and he doesn't say hey, he gives like a little smiley face with like a semicolon and a D. So that was the image that I found of him. But yeah, he's not here apparently in the PC version, I guess only in the Steam version, because I think that's what the person was doing. But yeah, he's not here. Okay. Next area, this is the Gardens Caves area. One stage here, the other ones are on the other side. This one has like a molten rock. So far, the best one I think is the cactus. The cactus is really cool. Okay, head on over here. Check out the beach area, the hardest area in the game. This one has like a leaf. I spent a lot of time doing all this. It's just insane, but I got all the achievements. I have everything. I'm a completionist, as you know, which is why I had to do the showcase here, because this is like the first ever time someone's probably doing a showcase, so amazing. Okay, here are the snowy levels. It's like snow gems. Pretty cool. Pretty cool. And now, these only appear when you actually get a rainbow on all the stages. Okay, so that's actually all the main stages, but if you remember, there's also the DLC. And the DLC does not count for the achievements. So, but I still got a perfect on all of these as well. Go ahead and show these off. This is Hope's Peak Academy. This is the second DLC. This one has a little symbol here. I don't know what the symbol is. Possibly someone who plays Danganronpa might know what the symbol is. I have no idea. And last but not least, Encore Peak DLC. This one has like a little boon on top. And there we go. Rainbows on everything. 100% complete. All the shells, all the shields. This game is now completed. With our amazing tikiness. Let's get another amazing screenshot, shall we? We got this one, and then if I turn around, maybe I'll make those the thumbnails. All right, well, that is going to do it in entirety for PixelJunk Monsters 2. I think I've already said my final thoughts on this game before, that I definitely like PixelJunk Monsters. Oh darn. I definitely like PixelJunk Monsters 1 a little bit more. Well, probably a lot more. This one is very different. I wouldn't even put it in like the same classification of a game, but that's not to say that it's bad or anything. It's just different. It's just different. But it was still a lot of fun. Honestly, I had a great time. I'm sure you have enjoyed this as well. And if you stuck around for this entire video of me just talking and talking and talking for literally like 50 minutes, about the shells, the shields, the masks, all that sort of stuff. Thank you for sticking around. I do truly appreciate it. And I guess if there's ever any more content, PixelJunk Monsters 3, who knows? Probably not, but I will do that at some point. So, you all take care, have a great one, and I will see you later for something else. And Mr. Tiki Man with his vibrant shell standing on top of the tree, he also says goodbye to you. So you all take care. Bye-bye.